Have you ever found yourself feeling overwhelmed, confused, or out of control? Do you worry that you may not be as emotionally stable as you'd like to be? If so, you're not alone. Many men have trouble keeping their emotions in check and find it hard to deal with their feelings. Emotional stability is important for overall mental health and well-being, but it can be difficult to tell whether you're emotionally balanced. But how can you tell if you're an emotionally stable man? Well, there are 11 signs that may indicate that you have a strong emotional foundation. By the end of this video, you will see 11 signs that you are an emotionally stable man. So, let's get started. Number 11. You have a balanced view of yourself and your capabilities. Happiness and contentment in life come from having a balanced view of oneself and one's capabilities. An emotionally stable man understands that life has its highs and lows and that he can achieve whatever he wants. Having a balanced view also helps you to stay grounded and be able to see the big picture. You are able to recognize that life is full of ups and downs, and you can accept that you won't always be on top. This helps you stay strong when bad things happen, and you can use your experience to grow and change. Number 10. You take responsibility for your actions and words. Being responsible for your actions and words is an important part of being an emotionally stable man. It means that you accept ownership of the results of your choices and decisions and understand that the consequences of your words and deeds impact the world around you. Being responsible for your words and actions means you are mature, honest, and accountable. It also shows that you are able to take ownership of your mistakes and learn from them. Emotional stability is shown by being able to think about yourself and change your actions accordingly. When things don't go as planned, an emotionally stable man isn't afraid to take ownership and address the situation head on. He doesn't place blame on others and make excuses for his behavior, but instead takes a step back and reflects on how he can be better. Number 9. You recognize and accept your emotions, even when they are uncomfortable. Accepting your emotions is an important part of being an emotionally stable man. We all have intense feelings, whether they are good or bad. The key to emotional stability is to recognize and accept these feelings. To learn to accept your feelings, you have to let yourself feel them instead of trying to deny or hide them. This can be difficult, especially if you've been brought up to ignore your feelings or view them as a sign of weakness. But if you want to be an emotionally stable man, it's important to be aware of and accept your feelings. By recognizing and accepting your emotions, you can better understand yourself and your reactions to the world. Number 8. You don't take everything personally. Taking things personally can be a habit that is hard to break. It can lead to feelings of insecurity and anxiety and make it difficult to maintain healthy relationships. If you find yourself taking things personally, it can be an indication that you are not emotionally stable. Being emotionally stable means that you can manage your emotions in a healthy and productive way. You don't take every comment or criticism to heart, and you don't let yourself become overwhelmed with anxiety or fear. It's important to learn how to respond to criticism and difficult situations in a healthy way. It's also important to remember that personal attacks are often not about you. Instead, they are a reflection of the other person's insecurities and personal issues. Take a step back, and looking at the situation objectively can help you stay emotionally stable. Number 7. You don't feel the need to be constantly right or in control. Are you feeling the constant need to be right or in control? This urge to be constantly right or in control is a sign of emotional instability. Being emotionally stable doesn't mean that you never feel the need to be right or in control, but it does mean that you recognize the need to take a step back and evaluate the situation before reacting. It means that you don't let the need to be right or in control your behavior. When you learn to recognize and accept that you don't need to be right all the time, you find a newfound sense of freedom and peace of mind. Take a step back and realize that being right isn't always the answer. It's okay to be wrong sometimes, and it can be a liberating experience. Number 6. You are able to think rationally and make decisions based on reason and facts. As men, it's important to be emotionally stable and to be able to think rationally and make decisions based on reason and facts. Knowing how to control our emotions and think logically can be the key to success in all aspects of life. Whether it's in our relationships, careers, or day to day activities, having the ability to think calmly and make sound decisions is essential. Being emotionally stable can help you navigate through life's challenges with ease and clarity. Taking a moment to pause, reflect, and think through the various scenarios before making a decision can be the difference between success and failure. Number 5. You don't bottle up your emotions and can healthily communicate them. Being an emotionally stable man is an important part of being a successful and well-rounded individual. One sign that you're on the right track is if you don't bottle up your emotions and can healthily communicate them. When life throws you a curveball, you don't have to feel helpless or overwhelmed. You can take a step back and process the situation in a rational and healthy manner. You don't have to worry about your emotions getting in the way, and you can communicate your feelings constructively and positively. This is a sign of emotional maturity and stability, and it's something that all men should strive for. Number 4. You don't feel the need to compete with others or prove your worth. Are you someone who doesn't feel the need to compete with others or prove your worth in order to feel validated? If so, you may be an emotionally stable man. Being emotionally stable is a sign of maturity, and those who have achieved it have a much better understanding of their own worth and value. They don't feel the need to prove it to anyone else, and they are secure in who they are and their capabilities. Emotionally stable men accept themselves for who they are without feeling the need to compare themselves to others. They know that self-growth and improvement come from within, not from competing with or proving themselves to others. An emotionally stable man knows that his worth is based on his own character and not on any external validation. He won't be concerned with impressing other people or pleasing them. Number 3. You stay calm in stressful situations. Staying calm in stressful situations is not easy, but it's one of the most important signs of being an emotionally stable man. In today's world, stress is all around us, from work, family, and financial obligations to the daily grind of everyday life. However, staying calm and composed in times of stress can be a great asset. It can help you make decisions more clearly and rationally, better handle difficult situations, and maintain your relationships with those around you. Learning to stay calm in stressful situations can be difficult, but with a little practice, it can become second nature. By being mindful of your emotions and taking deep breaths in the moment of stress, you can begin to take control of your emotions and become a more emotionally stable man. Number 2. You set boundaries with others and stick to them. Setting limits with others and sticking to them is a big part of being emotionally stable. It's important to be able to say no when needed and stand firm in your convictions when it comes to interacting with others. An emotionally stable man understands and puts this into practice. He knows that setting boundaries with others is an integral part of any healthy relationship. And he also knows that by setting boundaries and sticking to them, he is protecting himself and showing respect to others. Boundaries can be both physical and emotional and can help protect a person's mental and emotional health. By setting and sticking to boundaries, you are taking control of your life and showing that you're an emotionally stable man. It's a sign of strength, not weakness, and it's an important step to being responsible and a mature individual. Number 1. You form meaningful relationships and maintain them with respect. Having meaningful relationships with others is a big part of life, and the most important thing is keeping those relationships going with respect. It's easy to get caught up in everyday stress and forget to take time to nurture and appreciate the people in our lives. It takes effort to form meaningful relationships and ensure that they are based on respect and trust. It's important to be honest about your feelings and communicate openly. Showing respect for the other person's feelings and opinions is essential. This helps to foster understanding and build a strong relationship. It's also important to find ways to show appreciation for those close to us. Taking the time to show our appreciation can be done in small ways, such as through a kind gesture or heartfelt conversation. It can also be done in more significant ways, such as through acts of service or by spending quality time together. By showing respect to those around you, you can build trust and a strong foundation for a relationship. Through this, you can create an emotionally stable relationship and can be an emotionally stable man. You should now have a better understanding of what emotional stability looks like. If you feel that you have some of these signs, then you are likely an emotionally stable man. However, it's important to remember that emotional stability is a journey, not a destination. We all have moments of insecurity and turmoil, and these moments should be embraced and worked through in order to become the best version of yourself. Emotional stability is an ongoing process that can be achieved by learning to manage stress, practicing self-care, and accepting yourself for who you are. Now, you need to watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. It will show you why high-value men always get the best women. Make sure you watch it now. If you enjoyed this video, don't subscribe. Thanks for watching.